In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
What's going on YouTube? This is Hero Stormwolf, and it's Monday, so you know it's time for another weekly Skyrim mods video. Now, before I continue on, just note that for some reason Skyrim Nexus is down at the moment in the making of this video, so the download link down in the description may not work for a while. Just note that that's because the website is down for maintenance, so I would say give it about probably a couple of hours prior to this video uploading to about maybe a full day. I do apologize, there's nothing I can do on my end, so just be aware of that if you click on the link. But today we're going to be covering one mod only, but this mod comes with a variety of things. It is the Colorful Magic mod, and what this does is adds new shopkeepers as well as over 151 types of magic, a few new weapons and staffs, some items, and a whole bunch of array of monsters and stuff like that. So it's really an intensive mod, so that's why I'm only covering one today. To start off with, there's 3 types you can download. One of them is the Whiterun version, which adds the shopkeep to Whiterun, which you can see right here. I apologize for the abundance of people here. They're not really all supposed to be here. The second one is the Winterhold, which adds the same shop to Winterhold. And another one is a simplified version, which adds only one person, and I believe he's in the one of the inns here in, I believe it's Whiterun. I believe, yeah, he's in one of the inns in Whiterun. For this demonstration, I have the Whiterun version. Now, these 2 shopkeepers here, the one that's right here named Pale, or Paulette, they're both in Passel. They both sell different things. Paulette sells your basic magical stuff, so he will sell your scrolls, your defensive items, or shields, or jewelry, if you will. As you can see, the Amber adds stagger, the Aquamarine increases frost resistance, the Black Diamond absorbs all magic from hostile spells, so on and so forth. He also sells a variety of staffs, each with different abilities. The Thunderbolt, Blast of Fire, Blast of Wind, Freezing, etc, etc. So if you're a mage, this is really one of the places you want to come shop for a new staff. We'll pick up the Staff of Waterwave, just for an example. These are all defensive items, so that way, if you have a staff and you want to keep yourself without having to equip the shield, you can pick up one of these. For this demonstration, we'll pick up the Black Diamond. A few new potions. A bunch of scrolls. We'll pick up one of each. Some honey, and a whole bunch of spell tomes. Now, each one of the sellers each sell different spell tomes, so you'll have to visit both of them to get a variety of magic, as you can see here. Just for the sake of time, I'm only going to pick a few. I'm not going to show off each and every one of the magical spells, so I'll stop the video here, pick out a few spells, and then I'll start showing them off now. Or actually, before I do that, I'll show off what the other salesman sells. This is Pastel. And she's going to sell you most of your weapons. So, the large sword from Monster Hunter, for anybody who's played that. She also sells a couple of staffs. Let's pick up the Firebrand. I actually like a lot of these weapons. They're actually really well done. She also sells a black mask, a black robe, necromancer boots, her mask, and her robes. She also sells 2 types of potions. A lot of scrolls. I'll pick up one of each. I'm not sure if I'll be able to show each and every one of them off, though, just for the sake of time. As I said before, she also sells a different variety of spell tomes than her counterpart, so make sure you visit both to get a different variety of spells. Now I'll stop the video, I'll pick a couple of spells, and then I'll show them off. I apologize, I actually did forget to mention something. At each one of the shopkeepers you can use the golden anvil, which lets you create a variety of different weapons that you can also buy, but some can only be created here, such as the Masamune, the Rainbow Staff version 2, Staff of the Apocalypse, and Sword of Merida, or Meridia, or whatever, how you want to pronounce it. And she also has a alchemy table here.
Until next.
Hi there. What's the matter? You can't stand the sight of a street.
And this lets you also create a variety of different weapons and different items, such as the Philosopher's Stone, Demon Drug, Staff of Magnus, Poison of Berserk, Power Juice, and Wizard's Brew. So now I'll cut the video here and show off a couple of spells. Alright, now that we're outside, I'm going to show off a couple of spells that are in my favorites right now that come from the mod itself. In my left hand is going to be Air Blast, which blasts a gust of wind that does 55 points of damage. In my right hand is going to be Blade Storm, which fires a magical sword at an opponent, and once it hits, 10 blades will fall from the sky. So we'll do the Blade Storm first, since it's a little harder to hit. Actually missed. You know what this chocobo will do? See, as you can see, as soon as you hit the opponent, blades will fall down from the sky. Now these are actually very powerful, so be aware of that if you have your difficulty setting on very low. In my left hand is going to be the Air Blast. Simple gust of wind that does some damage, not a lot. But it's sufficient enough. I'll actually summon an enemy, so it'll be a lot easier. Next up, I'm going to have Blue Burst, which is a burst of fire explosion that does armor damage. And in my right hand is going to be Blue Comet. It fires a blue spark that seeks out opponents. One comet will then fall from the sky and explode the target. So we're going to fire a Blue Burst first, which is in my left hand. As you can see, it's a simple fire explosion, nothing too substantial. We'll actually summon. We'll summon one of the enemies that actually comes included with this mod. Now, he does have a lot of health and he's very dangerous. It is the Cursed Demora Lord. This is him. Now, of course, he can't kill me since I have God mode on. But again, left hand is the Blue Burst. We'll try and get some room so I can show off the right hand, which is the Blue Comet spell. As you can see, when you hit the opponent, a comet comes down flying from the sky. It can cause armor damage and also knocks down the opponent. In my left hand is going to be Blue Fire Bolt, and my right hand is going to be Blue Flames. Blue Fire Bolt is just a blast of fire damage. It does armor damage as well. Has a 40% staggering rate. And my right hand is going to be Blue Flames, which is just a streak of blue flames. It also does armor damage, but it has no knockback or stagger effect. So this is what Blue Flames looks like. It's like your simple flame spell. And in my left hand is the Blue Firebolt. As you can see, the blue effect on him, that's him draining the armor. Alright. Next up is going to be the Burning Rock and the Coyotes. The Burning Rock Blast is like it says, it's a blast of rock that does 120 physical damage and does half points of fire damage. The Coyotes creates a floor of ice and blizzard. For 30 seconds, the target is shut in the blizzard. So, we'll do the Coyotes first. As you can see, the target's completely frozen. Now, like I said, on my right hand is the Burning Rock Blast. Shoots off a flame rock that can cause stagger and knockdown. Next up is the Cutting Wind and the Dark Firebolt. Cutting Wind does 100 points of physical damage per second. The Firebolt does 37 points of damage. Creatures and people up to level 33 will attack anyone nearby for 20 seconds. Now, I'm assuming he's probably going to resist this. Like I said, he's too powerful for it. This is the Cutting Wind spell. I'll charge it up again. Sends out a shockwave of air. Next up is the Dark Flame and Earthglaive. So Dark Flame is a two-handed magic spell. It burns the target for 100 points per second. The target takes extra fire damage, and creatures up to level 63 will attack anywhere nearby for 30 seconds. Now this spell takes a while to charge. It's a good powerful spell. The only drawback is you can't aim it once you start charging, so you have to make sure that your target's standing still. Next up is the Earthglaive. This is also a two-handed magic spell. It creates a rock wall, An explosion for 100 points of damage is done, and the target is blown off to the sky. So again, I'll try and aim this. Does significant damage, very flashy. As to why this is a two-handed spell, I'm not too sure, since you don't use two hands. But there's the rock spell. There's the rock glaive. Next up is the elemental combination and the holy cross. The elemental combination fires a fireball that sticks out opponents. Lightning bolt and ice spikes will fall from the sky once it hits a target. As you can see. And as you can see, once you kill one of the new monsters in the game, he will have special items such as the Demon Drug, the Muramasa Blade magic spell. Now be wary once you use this because this can drain your health as long as you continue to use the blade, and the Rainbow Piece, which is one of the new crafting items. So my left hand is going to be the Holy Cross, my right hand is going to be the Holy Pillar. We'll summon another monster here. Give me a second. Now these monsters will be scattered out throughout the world of Skyrim. I'm only putting them here simply because I want to show them off here. Oh, typed in it wrong. Not a problem.
Who
Now this is the Blue Flame Demora Lord. As you can see, he's a lot quicker than the regular Curse Dremera Lord. He uses two weapons, or two swords, excuse me. Now, in my left hand, I'm going to be using the Holy Cross. My right hand is the Holy Pillar. The Holy Cross does 75 points of damage to the undead. Pretty sure he's going to resist it, though. But as you can see, it fires off a cross, an upside down cross, which I thought was really cool and really well done. My right hand is the Holy Pillar. And what this does is creates a Holy Pillar, sunlight explosion damage does 60 points of damage in a 15-foot radius to all undead. So as you can see here, when you use it, it creates a field that does damage to all undead targets. Next up is the Lightning Rock Blast and the Poisonous Mist. And while we're on the subject, I will have the Overload spell. Now, be wary of this spell because while it does give you 15 seconds of infinite magic and all resistance to magic, it is very risky, which I'm assuming pretty much drains your health. As you can see, you get a pretty cool power-up, but it also does damage to yourself, as you can see by the screen getting red. Of course, I have God mode on, so it's not going to affect me, but be wary of that. Use that as a last desperation attempt, and that is the Overlord power. Now back to the spells. In my left hand is going to be the Lightning Rock Blast. It's actually blasting him really far. As you can see, it's a rock that shoots out lightning damage as well. In my right hand is going to be the Poisonous Mist. What it does is it shoots a poison explosion of 6 points per damage in a 15-foot radius. The target health. It damages the target's health by 6 points per second for 30 seconds, and all targets moved at a decreased speed of 50% for 30 seconds. So you can see it will no doubtably slow him down. So it's a good escape move, which also does continuous damage. Next up is the Silent Moon Flare and the Sky Spear. The Silent Moon Flare fires a blast of fire that does 37 points of damage while the moon is out. Extra damage is done 8 points of stamina. Now since the moon's not out, of course, it's not going to have the same effect, but it's still very powerful nonetheless. Is this thing really attacking me? This chocobo's really attacking me. As you can see, he doesn't drop his weapons, but you can build those weapons. This chocobo's really attacking me. I don't think I can hurt it. Sorry about this, give me 1 second while I deal with this. Alright, now that we've taken care of that chocobo. Or not, because for some reason he's still here. Anyway, we'll ignore him for now. Next up is the Silent Moon Flare, which I showed you earlier. The other spell is the Sky Spear. Now what the Sky Spear does is fires a magical sword that seeks out an opponent. A giant spear will then fall from the sky on the target. This is also one of the new enemies that you will face in the game. It is the Sun Knight. As you can see, his armor is actually really cool. I wonder if we kill it, can we take his armor? As you can see, when you shoot it, this chocobo gets out the way. Matter of fact, let me get rid of this chocobo. I do apologize for this. It's one of the other mods that I have that's acting up. Well, regardless, I can't seem to get rid of the chocobo, so. In any case, like I said before, it shoots out a sword, which is supposed to send out a spear. Now, I have had troubles with this particular magic spell, so be aware of that. The next two I'm going to show off is the Soul Eater and the Sunflare Burst. The Soul Eater is a magic sword that does 25 points of damage, absorbs 8 points of health, and the Sunflare Burst is a sunlight explosion that does 50 points of damage to all in a 15-foot radius to undead. So that's the Soul Eater. As you can see, it shoots out a red sword that drains health. And that is the Sunflare Burst. Shoots, I say, fiery like sunlight power damage. Next one is the Volcanic Storm and Whirlwind. Volcanic Storm is a two-handed magic spell, and what that does is put 187 points of lightning explosion near the center of the caster. So for this one, I'll go into third person. I'll charge it up. And as you can see, it does a ton of damage. As you can see, it killed our Sun Knight buddy here. He actually can get his weapons and armor. That's actually really surprising. So I will take his weapon. I'll show it off. He also has a couple of magic spells. The Sunflare Arnarch, Giant Cross, and Judgment. I'll actually equip this stuff now so I can show it off. Let's see, and this is, where's his weapon? So yeah, this is the Sun Knight's armor and weapon. I actually really like it. It looks really cool. In any case, we'll move on. That was the Volcanic Storm, or Volcanic Tornado Storm, excuse me. Next up is going to be Whirlwind. It is a one-handed magic attack, excuse me. And what this does, it does a blast of 22 points of damage. Simple blast of wind. Not very powerful compared to all the other spells, but still pretty cool nonetheless, because you don't have too many wind mods in Skyrim. Or I don't think there's actually any. Next up is the Raft of Earth. What it does 100 points of earth damage around the center of the caster. It seeks out opponents, and many rocks will fall from the sky. So we'll back it off here. Charge it up. Let's see, we'll actually try and get away from this chocobo. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about it. Again, I apologize for that. That's just one of my other mods at work. Let's show it off one more time. As you can see, it covers a wide area, so be careful when you use this spell. Next up is the Wrath of the Gods. This is going to be the last magic mod I show off right now. It does 50 points of damage from the center of the caster, but also blows away the enemy. It's very quick. And then just as a bonus, we'll try and show off some of the magic that we got from the Sun Knight. It's probably be, let's see. Here we go. One of them was Judgment. It's a two-handed spell that does 250 points of holy damage from the center of the caster. Very powerful, as you expect. And I believe it was Holy Spark that we've got from the other magic. Not too sure. But I do believe it was the Holy Spark. As you can see, it's a Holy Lightning mix. Lots of damage to the undead. So, to finish off this mod, I'll show off a couple of more monsters that you actually can fight within this mod. Again, I told you it's going to be a long mod, and I appreciate you guys actually staying tuned for it. This one is the Meteor Dragon. Just in case I get the wrong code. That is the Meteor Dragon. Let's have some fun. As you can see, that there he is. Very detailed. Actually very scary. Very powerful. But along with the Meteor Dragon, you also have the Ancient Vampire Lord. See if I can actually get him to summon. There we go. And this is the Ancient Vampire Lord. Very powerful, as you expect from a Vampire Lord. He also summons a Gargoyle, which can teleport. And finally, the last one is the Gold Horn. Now, I'm not too sure what this one is, so I'll be just as surprised as you guys. Oh, it's a giant golden boar. So that will do it for this array of mods right now. As I said before, it's a lot more that you can do here. These are just some of the examples I've shown off today. And as you can see, here come the comments from the dragon. That's actually new. So, this is Hero Stormwolf signing off after this weird array of battle. If there's any other mods you want me to check out, please leave a link down, or leave your suggestions down below in the comments below. And like I said before, Skyrim Nexus may be down as this video is being uploaded, so I do apologize for that. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.